Good afternoon to each and everyone. We are the Group 3 and tasked to elaborate the description and importance of resume in communication. Communication is indeed plays a significant role in any workplace, either for inquiry, information, reservation, or entertainment. But before anything else, allow me to introduce the working committees behind this information gathering. Adolfo Jamari, yours truly, Fioria Salve-Marie, Maricel Navarrete, and Sarukam Jose. At this juncture, let's proceed to the definition of the resume.
What is resume? A resume is a formal document that provides an overview of your professional qualifications, including your relevant work experience, skills, education, and notable accomplishments. Usually, paired with a cover letter, a resume helps you demonstrate your abilities and convince employers you're qualified and hireable. A resume is almost always required for applicants to office jobs. They are the first step taken by corporate recruiters and hiring managers to identify candidates who might be invited to interview for a position. Whatever the format, most resumes include a brief summary of skills and experience, followed by a bullet list of previous jobs in reverse chronological order, and a list of degrees earned. A final section might be added to highlight specific skills, such as fluency in a foreign language, knowledge of computer languages, professionally useful hobbies, professional affiliations, and any honors achieved. Brevity, a clean layout, and second language are all prized. People who have to sort through hundreds of resumes have short attention spans.
The most acceptable and readily used format for college students is the chronological resume, in which your most recent experience is first. How you choose to construct your resume in terms of style is up to you. The goal of a resume is to tell the story of your experiences as they relate to a specific job description. Remember, your resume should represent you and also catch the employer's eye. Resume guidelines may vary from industry to industry. Remember, consistency is the name of the game. Always maintain the same style throughout your resume. For most college students seeking internship or entering the professional job market, stating an objective on your resume is not necessary. Instead, bring out your interest in a cover letter that is customized for a specific job. Customize your resume. Tailor your resume to focus on the work and extracurricular experiences that are most relevant to the job or industry you are targeting. Do not lie, exaggerate, or include something that you would not want to discuss in an interview. Your resume must have your contact information. Put your contact information at the top of your resume. It should include your name, address, phone number, and email address. It should also include your education. List your degrees in reverse chronological order, with the most recent degree first, as well as any study abroad experiences. Include relevant coursework to highlight your specific skills and knowledge. And for your experience, list your most recent experience first and do not overlook internship, volunteer position, and part-time employment. Use action verbs to highlight your accomplishments and skills. It should also include your leadership and activities that you are involved. List leadership position in any universities you are in or community organization. Highlight activities including community service, athletics, or volunteer experiences. If you have a specific academic projects that qualifies you for the position, include them in their own section with details on what you accomplish. In the additional information, This section may stand alone under the additional information heading and highlight relevant information that may include computer skills, language skills, professional associations, university and community activities, and interest. In other headings, choosing to highlight information such as interest in professional association as separate heading is acceptable if relevant to the positions. Personal information should be omitted unless relevant to the job. And lastly, your references. Do not list your references on your resume. A prepared list of 2 to 4 references should be printed on a separate sheet of paper that matches your resume format. Bring a hard copy of your resume and references with you to the interview.
Your resume gives a quick overview of your experience and frequently serves as the hiring manager's first impression of you. On average, recruiters only glance at resumes for a brief period of time. Using a clear and consistent format and including relevant information can help you land an interview, but even minor errors can take you out of the running. Here are the list in order to check your resume. Your resume should be no spelling, grammar, or punctuation errors. Makes clear, concise, and positive impression in 30 seconds or less. 1 page or it can be more if you are writing a curriculum vitae or an academic or research position. It should be organized as well as easy to read and has balance between content and white space. Uses standard fonts including Times New Roman, Arial, Century, Helvetica, or Verdana in sizes 10, 11, or 12. Do not use a font size smaller than size 10. Highlight skills and accomplishments that match keywords found in the job description. Another one is quantifies accomplishments. Utilize accomplishment statements. Action verb stating what you did and how you did it. And another thing is result. You may quantify when possible. Cites relevant publications and presentations using the bibliographic style of your field. Do not use graphics, tables, or columns in your resume. Applicant tracking systems cannot read them. And lastly, no generic resumes. Through resume checklist, it helps us to examine or identify whether your preparations for a particular event are satisfactory or not.
A resume is a formal summary of your qualifications, professional background, skills, and achievements. The term resume comes from resume, the French word for to summarize. Most resumes consist of sections that details your professional summary, your work history, skills, awards, education, and any other accomplishments that will align with your career path and goals. Resumes are used to make a favorable impression on a prospective employer. Your resume is often used as a first impression of a potential employer has of you. So for this reason, it is often referred to as one of the most crucial steps taken during a job search. And if you've never written a resume, don't worry, shown in the screen is a sample resume. So most resumes are formatted as chronological resumes. It's traditional to put your most recent job at the top of the experience section. From there, experience goes in descending order. Ideally, you want to display 7 to 10 years of relevant work experience, in addition to other accolades. Chronological resumes usually include work experience and education, both sorted by chronological order. So these are the parts that can be seen on the sample resume shown in the screen. So on the top of your resume is where you should put your contact information, which should include your name, your address, your phone number, and your email address. Next would be your education or your educational background, which should include the list of schools you have attended, the degrees you have attained, your GPA if you're a student or a recent graduate, and any special awards and honors you have earned. Next in line is the experience section, which are the list of the companies you have worked for, dates of employment, the positions you have worked for, brief descriptions of your work responsibilities, enriched with keywords and enhanced with a bulleted list of quantifiable achievements. Following is the leadership and activities, which will be the list of leadership positions either in your previous university or in a community organization. You should also highlight the activities you have made or have joined, like community service or volunteer work experience. And last but not the least section in the sample is the additional information. Additional information is any relevant skills, qualifications, or characteristics that can round out your work experience with life experience and shows you're an inquisitive and curious person who pursues outside passions and can show unique energy at work. So these sections and items you include may also help you stand out from other job applicants, like your skills, certificate and license, languages spoken, hobbies or your interest, and etc. So a resume is really important because it helps to immediately display why you're a good fit for a job. In today's competitive market of professional jobs, a resume is usually a base requirement for moving forward in the interview process. Think of your resume or a resume as a tool for marketing yourself. It's more than just a document. It outlines your background, your skills, and your education so that a potential employer is quickly and easily able to see how individual experiences can contribute to a company's success.
Write T if the statement is true and F if the statement is false about resume. First, a references should always be sent with your resume. It is false since you are not supposed to put references on a resume. Second, a resume is a written summary of your hobbies and accomplishments. It is true. Third, relevant information to gather for a resume includes education, work experience, skills, and abilities. It is true. False. You should not share your resume electronically through email. It is basically false since resume can definitely share through email and other electronic platform. Number 5. A resume is a formal document that presents a person's knowledge, skills, and abilities to potential employers. It is true. 6. A resume should be detailed enough to paint a picture of your qualification to someone that does not know you. It is true. Number 7. Volunteer work should be included in your work experience. It is basically true. Formatting and appearance of a resume does not matter when an employer is evaluating your personality or work traits. It is basically true. 9. Writing in slang is appropriate. It is false. Number 10. A skill resume is organized around your strength and is a good choice if you have limited work experience. It is true. 11. Resume highlights an applicant's qualification for employment. It is true. And lastly, number 12. Resume should be kept updated. It is true.
This is an example of a letter of application, also known as a cover letter, made by Maricel Navarrete to apply in UTOG, Philippines, sent with a resume to provide additional information about her skills and experience to an employer. The letter of application is intended to provide detailed information on why she is a qualified candidate for the job. On the other hand, this is also an example of Maricel Navarreto's resume, who's applying for a job at UTalk as an ESL teacher. As you can see, there is a brief written summary of her past employment history, education, and other pertinent information. This also serves as a sort of advertisement of herself. Her resume only emphasizes her most relevant experience and skills and highlights her most notable strengths and accomplishments. If your resume quickly makes your ability to handle the work clear to hiring managers, surely you'll catch their attention and get more interviews.
On that account, resume is a vital instrument for us to fuse the unique details of ourselves and a way for us to securely document things out. And since we are all now aware of the essence and importance of it, we must not deny the fact also that there are steps to consider when creating one. Yet prior to that, you should always remember that will serve as your reliable source of credibility, especially of course when applying for a job. So make sure you're learning from us today. Oh, by the way, before I forgot, I actually have a physical copy of my resume right here, and I'm seeking for a job. Do you know any companies that are hiring especially for a development communication student? Please let me know.